all of the participants of the amazing ideas and scene descriptions you've shared in the past 3 episodes. We all have such incredible creativity, and I'm thrilled to see what we can do with it. In our story, not only is Joel Markham's character Steve a robot powered by ChatGPT, but now your own screenplay pages and this Beverly Hills 90211 the movie we're making are powered by this novel technology. I have some exciting news. You are going to use ChatGPT to generate a scene that your character will act in with Geppetto, with Steve in a screenplay format based on your ideas input. Alright, here we go. And we're going to go around and introduce ourselves with our talents today. Alright. Isaac, you want to
go? Cool. What's up, everybody? Ladies and gents, I'm Isaac. First time joining you guys, but another time being on another podcast. So yeah, just a little bit about myself. Long story short, actor, been full-time in the industry for about 6-8 months now. Started learning the industry a year ago, but things have been thriving now, and it's been moving and grooving and enjoying every step of the journey. Comedy's been calling my name a little bit too long, but also like to dabble in some drama and action. So that's just a little bit about myself.
Awesome. What do you hope to get out of this today's podcast?
What beautiful masterpiece are we going to create and give this amazing opportunity to Mr. Eric Roberts to work with us? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's where I'm at. I'm learning who this man is, Roberts. Fun fact, I found out that is Julia Roberts, his brother.
Yeah. All right. Next.
Rob Meyer.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
What's up, Rob?
In the last 2 weeks, I'm an actor.
Yeah.
And something, didn't book anything, but things clicked a couple months ago. The last 2 weeks, I was in Vegas seeing my new grandson for the second time. Ooh. I booked a podcast through, I call him Anton. I guess he likes George because it's his first name. I'm going to call him Mr. A. Uh-huh. I booked a podcast last week. I was on 9 auditions. Weirdest thing. I'm not waiting for the phone to ring. Because I went out and I met like 50. First of all, the podcast, forget it. I've met like 12 people. Uh-huh. The bookings, I go out now, or the auditions, bookings would be cool. Go on the auditions. I just go down and meet people, and it's amazing what happens. Yeah. So I don't need to call. I hope, who doesn't want to film in Big Bear, right?
Yeah.
But
well, not right now.
I can't. Yeah. I know. I need a nice June 10th filming date at 6 p.m. by the fire. So sorry to ramble. Acting. Everything's just the last 2 weeks. I picked Maddie Troutman's, my little niece. She's amazing. She has nothing acting. I'm going to manage her. So I have my first client. I went on a lot of stuff, and I've got a podcast that if you took it away, it'd be like the Cardinals losing to the Cubs. What? And so it's been a great 2 weeks. Rob Meyer. And that was a great. Patrick Henry and Russ Guberman killed it. And that's me. I'm not into relationships because I'm not dating. So I really enjoyed their thing. I'm done.
What do you hope to get through after you get through this podcast? What do you think? What do you hope to get to learn? Or
I want a podcast show.
Yeah,
I'll just come out and say it.
Yeah.
My family and friends are so sick of listening to me. Man, we got 8 people.
That's why we get on a podcast.
Isaac Simmons, thank you for having me. Anton, thank you. We got 8 people. And Isaac has to go. Let's go.
All right. I love that. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
All right, so this is Guy, and this is the 4th of my 5th podcast with, of course, Beverly Hills 90211. I've been acting for over, I would say, like 7 to 8 years between Northern California and Southern California. I got booked a lot of background acting and sometimes forefront as well. So going around, and I've been to set, and of course we heard about this Anton's new project, so here we are all together, and we're gonna make it happen for him.
We've been on the podcast before. I think it was the very first episode, and we had a really great time. If you guys want to go back and listen to it.
Okay.
All right, what after today's podcast, what do you hope to what do you hope to get to? Yeah.
We're getting closer to the production.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm trying to get to.
Yes.
I'll be more excited about that.
If we can start tomorrow, that would be awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Heck yeah.
All right. Perfect. Okay. Sean?
Yes. I'm Sean Francis. I've been acting since I fell out of my crib, and even at that time, folks weren't even sure if I was acting or not. So, I thought I had a
You
pretty
been
good thing
acting?
going. Anyway, so
He's talking about real life right now.
anyway, as I got older, I took acting and music more seriously as time went on, and so I split up my time between acting and music. And in fact, I just got done doing my side gig at the church where I've been playing at for over 20 years. But anyway,
That wasn't distracting.
yeah, no, not at all.
No.
I guess we should all get used to George doing some kind of a distracting kind of thing. I think it's just
moving a stake in front of
he's
a
doing
man's
that
eye.
to test us, right?
That's
So
funny.
anyway, so here I
George,
am.
man, I love
Somehow
it.
I ended up at this podcast, and I don't know what the heck I'm going to do next, but we'll see how it goes from here on out.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Do you make 100 or 200,000 a year doing voiceover work? Listen to your voice.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing earlier. It was just the way he speaks. Or I was like, he has like a
I'm
natural voice
I'm
for radio.
straight, but man, he's got a voice.
Same here.
I'm 98%.
I got to tell you, thank you for the compliment. If I were making 200,000 a year doing voiceover, I probably wouldn't be here.
Yes, you would. You like
That's
us.
just being honest with you. Right?
Sorry.
No offense, George.
He's like
Anyway, but
too educated.
you're probably going to ask me next, what do I hope to get out of this? Some work, hopefully.
There you go. We'll get you in a movie.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
And are we introducing the two lovely ladies over there?
Yes, we have Jessica, and who's the other lady today?
Yes. What is your name? Shirley.
Shirley. We have George, our producer, Shirley, and Jessica. Yeah, I'm not sure who Shirley is with today.
Shirley hasn't quit smiling since
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
here.
Oh
45 minutes ago.
yeah,
She
sure.
brought-
And she brought water.
she brought us
so she's
water.
She's that girl.
When
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
smiling,
Yeah,
when she's smiling.
perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, we love Shirley.
She
All right.
must be Filipino a little bit. No?
Hispanic?
Oh, great. There's two people that are happy all the time.
The whole world smiles with her.
Yes. If you want to
Yeah.
If you want, please, everybody, bring free water. Yeah. All right. So today we're going to go through. We're going to update a little bit about the show, about the story of Art Geppetto and Steve. Geppetto is the store owner of the print shop. He invented Steve, who's the robot. And then after he built the robot, people start interact with the robot and Geppetto, which is Eric Roberts, who's going to play our role. And yeah, I know Eric personally. I know Eric Roberts, who's relative. I'm from China. Okay, I don't know anything about America, but Eric Roberts is relative.
This is it,
to-
really.
to-
What
to
you're
Ju-
doing now is
to,
it.
to Julia Roberts. I think they're either brothers and sisters.
Yeah, that's right.
They're brothers and sisters, and then and I believe Georgia is a big fan of Eric's work, and we're going to become a fan of his as well.
Cool.
It'd be nice if he gets to be on our show one day, and it will be an honor. And we believe Eric will be a great role to play as a print shop owner in our story, and just start interacting with this
Alright.
new idea.
And I'm gonna add to that, if you guys want to know like how it looks like appearance wise, his picture is right there. Or if you guys don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
that-
he's familiar.
It looks like
It
a
looks
fairly
like
current picture.
Julia Roberts' brother.
Hey, Sean.
Yes.
Yeah, just right on to that.
How'd you know?
Yeah, I don't know. You know,
He looks older,
putting
but
his
I don't
last
think he
names
is.
together.
Sean, I hope he's not doing commercial work. We're screwed.
Yeah,
We're not getting anything.
That's right. Just think of the competition there.
I know. Look
Yeah.
at those features. He's the Marble Man.
Oh yeah,
I
Okay.
wonder.
it's a
All
great
right.
etching.
What's one of his movies you guys could think of at the top of your head?
Man, I had Roberts from Pulp Fiction.
Pulp
and then
Fiction.
I was all. That's Eric's. Damn it.
I actually don't
Anyone
think
know?
I've ever seen Pulp Fiction. I've
Eric
seen
Roberts was in
pieces
Pulp
of it.
Fiction.
It's an old
No, that's
Yeah,
what
it's
I
an older
mean.
film,
I had him.
yeah.
The character.
Okay. I heard it was great, though,
Eric.
yeah.
Oh
Like,
God,
I think I've seen,
the
like,
red-haired guy
snippets
that's
of it,
just
but I haven't sat down
so
and
underrated,
watched the
in my
whole
opinion.
have two separate conversations.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, but no, you go first.
Mine
Yeah,
couldn't
I
have
was-
been. Mine couldn't have been the interesting one. Go
I
ahead.
was
Runaway
just figuring- I was
Train
figuring
is
out Pulp
probably what
Fiction,
he's most
so
known
like
for.
I was just curious like where that movie because I never sat down and watched
Pulp Fiction.
before. Yeah.
Are you okay? If anyone's listening and hasn't watched it, the rest of us that has, should they see it or have?
All right,
Should they see it?
Eric,
Oh, it's
Eric
it's
Roberts is
unbelievable.
known for
great movie.
Runaway Train, 1985, Inherent Vice,
Yeah.
2014, The Dark Knight, 2008,
The
Batman
Dark
movie,
Knight, that's
Expendables.
right.
He was.
He's what you call a working actor.
I believe he got nominated for Runaway Train, actually.
Me and him are on the same boat.
In the 2008 Dark Knight, he was playing Maroni in Expendables. He was playing in 2010 James Monroe. Yeah, no idea.
Greenwich Village.
Yeah, so this movie is it. This movie is his final masterpiece. Yeah.
Does anyone know
this
Eric
movie he's going to be
Vedder?
making with
Do you guys
us?
know Eric?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The podcast is going to be his ultimate.
Oh, he's in Babylon too. He's in Babylon as well.
Oh, cool. I haven't seen that.
He's in
either.
Babylon. He's playing Robert Roy.
I think he did Last Stop Greenwich Village with Mickey Rourke.
Yeah. No idea.
Yeah.
I'm a millennial.
What year?
I knew there was something wrong about you.
I know, right? I know American Pie. I don't know if you watched American Pie. Yeah.
I'm all for it. I grew up with that too. Yes.
Were you born yet? Were you guys born yet? American Pie?
I was
No.
92.
Okay.
Yeah. They were close. I'm 93.
Yeah. I grew up with that. Like,
Your
I don't
parents
think
let you watch it in
I don't
darkness?
think I was supposed to watch it.
No, my parents don't speak English, so they have no idea what's going on. Yeah.
Sweet.
They had no idea what you're up to anyway.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quit
I
bragging.
guess that's a good thing sometimes. Right? All right.
Yes, I made an educated decision.
Which
Yeah.
was like pretty much the whole movie of walking in the wrong moments or the right moments, whatever way you want to look at it.
So if you mentioned Eric Roberts to your parents, they would go, "That cool."
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know
hey.
how my parents would react to.
I got you.
Well
Like
played.
it's too specific in culture, Like my parents
I got
know
it.
like Leonardo DiCaprio. Like
Well, yeah.
yeah, to them every white guy looks like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel that.
It's like every white
Yeah.
guy look the same
Yeah.
to me.
Same bank account.
Same thing.
Exactly. Are you, by the way, I had an Indian roommate, Amit Shah. We're
Yeah.
best friends. Are you Indian? What's
Yeah,
your-
I'm Indian American.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Indian
yeah.
American.
Yeah,
Could
it's
care less,
I mean, like it's
but
like
Indian,
growing
huh?
up in like Southern California, Northern California. I try to keep it with the acting in both of continents. I mean, obviously like Northern California to Southern California.
Did you notice someone I knew shot up there? What was the difference in Northern Cal to Southern Cal?
What was it?
Less opportunities or more opportunities? Less competition?
It's less competition. I would say like it's more competitive out here
Yeah.
than down there. But it's easier to get more roles. I mean, like I just recently moved here like a year or two ago. I used to get more auditions down there than down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, because it's
And you have experience, you know what you're doing.
yeah. I mean that's like that's the good thing about my resume is I have more experience than somebody would just start off
Yeah.
building there from ground up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just show up in LA
Yeah,
and go,
yeah,
hey,
let's go.
that's me.
That's not how it goes.
So you're Indian American as opposed to American Indian.
But they both go the same way. There's always a fire among us. So
I'm
we
American.
always try to cut each other's throats off.
That's funny. I'm American for sure.
Wait, who tried to cut your throat?
And we're from originally.
One more time. Who tried to cut
No,
your
no,
throat?
don't worry
County.
about it.
Okay.
Oh,
Don't worry.
Go ahead.
wait.
No, just go.
Where are we
go.
going? Which way are we going?
We're going your way.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the
Can
question?
I ask them if
We're
they're
doing it
actors
your
or
way.
Oh yeah, we're yeah.
they're actors,
what-
singers, or
what's-
dancers over there?
What's the talent? No,
You don't tap dance?
I don't.
I was
Okay.
asking the gentleman.
She doesn't tap dance because she's never
Yeah.
been to an audition.
Pay attention to one conversation only.
Ah.
You can have two separate conversations.
But I thought they were in the crew.
It's
They're
more-
in the trust tree, the nest. Are they not?
It's more fun to have
Yeah.
2 or 3 conversations going at once, don't you think? Yeah.
semi sort of.
Let's just
Hey,
stick-
you can disengage
you guys
from
wanna
one
stick
and
with
get
this?
into the one you like.
Are we sticking with
For
this?
shooting reasons, time.
I like them all, which sucks. Can we get back to where you got the shirt? Real quick? Just
That was a question.
Oh,
I did ask him.
Okay.
Just like the leg?
I didn't hear that.
Money.
But I'm curious now.
Online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a really boring answer. That's why I would
That
don't
was
want
a
to say
very.
anything.
That was like a very broad answer. But it's an answer.
Yeah,
you
but
know? You gotta know
everybody
mine.
loves this shirt. Everybody
It's-
loves this
it's
shirt.
terrific.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's a good shirt.
And the lay, of course.
I think like this is the second
and
time
what
we
it, and
go
what
there.
it indicates. Yeah.
It
yeah.
indicates you got laid in Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
Just put it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Should put an
Yes, I
airline
love
ticket in the
that,
front
yes.
pocket. I would just walk around with
Never
an
been to-
airline ticket,
Yeah.
and everyone just assumes you flew in from Hawaii. Just keep the ticket there weeks in your pocket.
Wait,
Yes.
does that come with the shirt?
Yes, it come with the
Oh.
shirt. No, just kidding. No, it doesn't come with
Isaac,
the shirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isaac, come on,
He just put something together.
come on. You hit the snooze a
It was
lot of
so
times this morning.
convincing. Yes.
It was a late night for me last night.
Yeah.
I went to this Oscars party thing. It was chill. It was cool, but like,
How many people?
It was like 150. But
Oh,
I left.
wow.
I left after an hour. I was kind of bored.
How many
Yeah.
people you liked?
Like a handful. It's 10. Yeah. It was cool. I didn't stay.
There's
long
always
enough
nuggets
to,
everywhere.
Yeah. No, but it was fun. I mean, I'm not really big on like going out at night and clubbing. It was like. It wasn't like clubbing, but I mean, it was like at a club, hosted at a club.
Wait a minute. You don't like going out at night much? What kind of a millennial are you?
Yeah, I like to
Me
get
neither.
things.
I don't
I
like going
like to
either.
get things done. I don't really. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do any of that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't had alcohol in like over 3 years.
I like to cuddle.
Really?
I'm two.
Yeah.
I'm over two.
Oh my gosh.
Are you
No,
over
but
two?
I'm not like you. Yeah, I don't drink.
Got it. Okay,
This
gotcha.
is, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
Moving-
working
No, I'm pretty
on
sure
it.
it is. Yeah. We're like, no.
I think it's me and you the same. We're both working on it.
Nah, yeah,
I was
don't
there
know.
like
I'm
2 days
focused, man.
ago.
I'm focused on entertainment, booking jobs.
ran
and
out.
It's been flying.
Yeah.
It's kind of a high,
That's
isn't
a
it?
tough thing.
Yeah,
to do.
yeah. I
It's
get
kind
more
of a
high.
high.
I get more high off of that. I like the volatility behind it. I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, quick question: what are some of the challenges you guys run into when you got to try to book jobs? Something we can talk about. Yeah.
That's a great question. What are the biggest challenges?
Yeah. Well, just mention one. Yeah.
I don't know. I welcome the challenges for the most part. But I would say maybe the biggest challenge for myself is I don't know if you guys can agree with it. Like getting out of your own way, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like maybe you're obviously capable of doing a lot more than you actually think you are, but I still feel like sometimes you just you get in your own way and
Yeah.
you don't believe that. But I mean that's not so much the case anymore, but before I felt like that. Yeah.
How so?
Huh?
Getting your own way? How? Like,
Just like for booking certain roles, lead roles. I mean, are you like capable of diving into a certain character, but instead of just going for it, you don't go for it? I guess that makes you tell yourself, oh, I don't fit that description, but in reality, like you don't know until you try type of stuff. I'm not saying go for everything type of stuff because I personally don't like working on horror projects or
Oh, go for
certain-
everything.
yeah, I don't go for everything. I actually say no to quite a bit of work in
Yeah.
general. I just like to stay in my comedic action and dramatic lane. Actually, more comedy action.
Go for everything at the beginning, and then when you figure out what fits your
See,
role.
I never did that.
Really?
I was just like, I was saying no. Like I don't know, like to a lot of things. Like I was like, no, I'm good. Like I'll pass. Yeah, I'd rather just stay. In.
did you guys? Did
Yeah.
anybody actors? You were all actors. Us. Anyone? And
Okay,
you?
cool.
Jessica.
Yeah,
Is
that was
an
my
actress.
guess too. Okay,
So
cool.
I have a.
Yeah, go
Is
ahead.
it my
ask.
turn?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, ask. You
So I have a fun thing to do. Actors Access. And
Gotta-
anyway, Casting Network.
gotta treat
Actors
for us,
Access
yeah.
has the face thing, right?
Yeah.
what face?
What
It
do you
has
think,
face
Stan?
you can log in. You just put your face
Oh,
up and
gotcha,
log
face
in,
recognition.
right? I'm laying on the bed the other night with my hat on, my prescription sunglasses because I'm 100 years old, a scarf on because I'm cold, and Actors Access lets me right in, and I'm like, who? The algo must know. Like, you're a loser. I haven't booked anything in 5 months, so there's no security. It just lets me in, right? With a hat and everything. And I feel like Eric Roberts isn't getting in with a hat and glasses and that. So I want to try to log into Actors Access now and put your face on there and see if it lets you in.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah, if you want to
Because
try.
I feel like the algo has singled me out as a non-working actor, and it just goes, "Why would you need security, bro?" So let's see.
That's how you feel. This guy.
That's how I feel. That's
Don't
where my
get in your own
confidence
way.
level is.
Don't get in your own way.
Remember how I said we're
If
talking about
this
like getting in
works-
our own way? Maybe this is like one of those moments, bro.
So if it works, I feel like the algo is like, yeah, bro.
Well, try it.
We're
'Cause you
letting
could be
anyone
wrong.
in because no one wants to get into your site.
You could be wrong.
I know,
Anyway,
I know,
someone talk while I do this.
I know what we can talk about. How dumb are those websites?
I like them. Oh, yeah, they're cool.
They serve the purpose.
Yeah. I actually enjoy the
They work for
efficiency
me.
behind it. I mean,
Yeah.
even though I jumped in, you guys have been in the industry longer. Like with more in-person auditions. I mean, I was so used to just doing self tapes off the bat. I guess so. It's not.
Yeah,
something-
me too.
Oh, okay.
I always done. Yeah, I started like August. So.
Okay, cool.
So I was like, always been doing self tapes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean.
And how long, Jessica, have you been?
I got my first agent when I was 18 years old.
Cool.
So I started young, but I was born and raised in Vegas, so it was a little bit harder, so I have to always make the drive down to California. And then, it was like with Disney more so was where they were starting off with that, with me, and then, the good girl little look, they're like, let's have another Hillary Duff. I'm like, all right, let's go for it. But
let's do it.
I'm kind of glad it didn't work out at that time, because I think you're too young during those stages.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to get back into it again at this age, being more comfortable. I got too nervous, too in my own way, or like not really getting into character as much as I wanted to.
Yeah.
In big auditions, so I was like, let me take a break, be more confident in myself, and just, finally, now I'm doing it.
No, I get you, yeah.
100%.
And it's I feel like going to those auditions, they're a muscle alone itself, right? The more you do it, the more you keep going at it, like the more you learn more about yourself, and each shoot or every opportunity is amazing opportunity to learn and grow. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So I feel that.
Can I, I'm sure Sean has some stories. I was in St. Louis. I took a couple acting college classes, and White Palace was shot, James Spader and Susan Sarandon. And they were so nice. I find myself there's like a bachelor party scene, and this is 89. This is 33 years ago. And I'm with James Spader, the Seinfeld, oh my God, Jason Alexander, James Spader, another guy. And we just played poker, and they treated, it was just like, hey, what's up, your turn, Rob. Like, they didn't big league. I just want to let you know that was 33 years ago, and I kind of started a couple years ago. And little things are happening, and maybe I just want to do shorts and student films the rest of my life, where everyone's free, no one's getting paid. It's the most amazing thing.
I do not.
They're like,
do
Rob,
any
can you
free
carry
work.
some stuff? Yeah, you want coffee? It's just kind of fun to be on a thing where 12 people are unpaid.
Yes, I'll do that for free if I'm a billionaire.
Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah, so-
but
yeah, I don't-
you
yeah,
don't
I don't do
know.
that anymore.
We
Right?
got a hidden
You
billionaire
might
right
wait
here.
30
Yeah.
years and start when you're 60, So
I've never said no to a single project, whether it be like a student film, or even there was a guy that paid me literally $80 to do something that he wanted to put in like hotels in another country for safety reasons, to not open up the door to just anybody knocking on the hotel door, to keep women safe. And in that, I had to pretend like I was kidnapped and like all this stuff.
hey, you
But
got paid.
it's funny though, because $80 at the time. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the most I've made for acting. Like at that time, I was still like 17, 18. But it's funny because that became part of like my reel though. So it actually got me like one of my biggest auditions was that, and just them seeing me. And then it's funny because the biggest audition I ever had was actually in Vegas, and that was during the time where Vegas was starting to get known for like filming, where they filmed a lot, like due to Hangover and everything. It really brought more attention to Vegas. So like that.
I moved there in 92, so.
Yes. I was born in 93 there. So it's like.
You look familiar.
Right, there you go. All of us in Vegas know each other. It's a big city, but a very small world.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I feel like LA is kind of like that in the industry. It's a very small, tight-knit community. Everyone kind of knows each other, but that's kind of how Vegas is.
And
when you said that you never said no to any project, I almost thought you were going to say no to any proposal. Being in Las Vegas, that's a very slight possibility.
That's a deep dark hole right there for me. That's happened twice. That's engaged twice. So apparently I don't say no.
That's funny. Yeah, no. Actually, one time I even walked off set.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Well, cause like like I said, I don't do the work for free, and like I have to really like the person or the project, but that rarely happens. And I remember one time they said they were getting paid, and then I walked on set, and then we weren't, like the wording said we weren't getting paid, and I was like, what is this? And she's like, oh yeah, this is like the competition. I was like, and they said gratis instead of like free, because it was like another way of saying it. I was like, I'm out. I could have booked another job. You guys just wasted my time. And then I left. Yeah. I just said, I don't know. I didn't like that.
You didn't like that they lied, or that it was...
Both. I mean, but obviously lying made it worse.
Yeah.
But because like I said, like I didn't, like 95% of the time, like, I mean, actually I'm getting back to 100% of the time. I don't like do anything for free. Yeah, I don't do it. Maybe like once or twice now.
How many people were on set?
Huh?
Oh wait, this is ready to do. Can you
Yeah.
do your face?
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you
yeah,
mind?
let's do it.
Ready? Let's see what happens.
On that
Oh
one
my
it was like
God.
20. Is this? Yeah, nothing's going through.
The face thing
Didn't
didn't
go-
work. Did
didn't
it? Did it come up?
No.
Here, let me hit log in. Let me see if the face.
New topic. Set horror stories on set.
Nothing's happening.
No, it just says
I
username.
can't.
You know, it's better when you download.
I don't want to
the
see
app.
my face because I could put a mask on. It's still gonna let me.
I see that. I see that you're using.
You might be
browser.
overthinking it a little bit.
Are you using the browser or are you using the app?
So,
Oh, the app.
so to
There's
follow,
an app too.
so
It's
to, so
much
to,
better with an app.
so to follow up on on your set story.
Yeah.
Once this union, one of this union actor told me one of his experience on set was that this is like probably 2 decades ago, that he was on a set where they told them that they're gonna be like on set, one of the things they will ask you ahead of time is like, are you okay with full nude or are you okay with partially nude? Partially nude is like, just for guys, it's like just take off your shirt, right?
Yeah.
And then the full nude is pretty much you show your butt, right?
Yeah.
So this time they were on the set. I don't remember if it was union or not. I don't think it was union. And then they were on the set. I think it was for a music video. And then they told them they're just gonna be half nude. And then by the time they get on the set, and they told them they're gonna be inside, right? But then by the time they get there, it was on a rooftop, and then the building across the street can definitely see them. And then they told them to strip down everything.
Got it.
The actor was a guy.
Yeah,
And there
yeah.
was like girls in the group.
When you say everything,
Everything.
I was going to say, if
I
it
don't
was
know.
on a rooftop,
kinda fun.
hopefully it's the highest rooftop around.
as long as I just didn't swim in the Pacific Ocean.
And I don't think
Yeah.
they were getting like, I think I don't remember if he
I
told
don't know
me
if
if
I
it
would
was.
have done it. I feel like I
Yeah.
feel like I possibly would have done it.
I don't think I would even
Yeah.
do it if they pay, because they
No,
don't
they're-
tell you ahead of
They
time.
usually
yeah.
give you a pay bump. Like, I mean, I haven't done nude
but
like that.
they can't tell you at the last
Like,
minute.
I
You know what I
wouldn't
mean?
go.
What do you think, Sean? Full nudity, you and I. What do you want for payback? I'm thinking 15,000 per
I
second.
bet there's a
does it for
huge
me.
audience for that market.
I don't know. I think I'm
Not
getting a
for
little
me,
bit.
Sean.
I think I'm getting a little bit too old for the full Monty there, Rob.
The full Monty.
Yeah.
But if they do a remake, I'll call you. Okay.
All right. That's a deal. Okay.
Have you been asked ever to do Uncomfortable? By a producer, not a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Right, there's a difference.
I hope so.
I don't think anything too inappropriate.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously, when you have to do a chemistry test, there is one. But probably the most uncomfortable was more when it came to an acting class, actually, than actually anything.
Got
When
it.
it came to a director.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
was like the acting coach really wanted us in the moment, so if that meant it said take off your shirt, you're taking off your shirt
Got
in
it.
front of everybody.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little.
Man, I gotta
Pretty
work on become a
intense.
captain
I
coach.
mean, like, I understand in
Yeah.
a sense, but I mean, in an acting class in front of everybody, that's like a little, yeah.
Yeah, he wanted us comfortable enough to like read a script and be able to like do it right then. It
Yeah.
was like he had something for us every single class, like that was different. One time it was like we were on camera, the next time was this, but there was kissing scenes because he's like, they're gonna do chemistry tests, so you have to be ready to just
In
kiss
class,
somebody.
though?
Just, yeah,
Lips?
he would be like, you know, or if it feels right or whatever, like
Yeah.
he would really
Wait,
encourage improv.
so what's
Should
a
we
chemistry
practice?
test? Is it so chemistry test is when you practice kissing scenes with other
I mean,
performers?
not necessarily. It's kind of just they see how you work. how
Where do
you're,
I
like,
sign up?
Reading lines with the other actor. What did you say?
Where do I-
this one guy said,
Where do I sign up?
Yeah, yes.
That was a good one. I missed it.
But it's so they like basically pair up with the actors and see how the scene portrays.
Yeah, how they're
and
like
see-
vibing together. That's
Got
how
it.
like I think a lot of the good ones. That's how they do it. Like I remember Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
When they were doing the Spider-Man, they did a chemistry test, and that's how they knew. Wow, they were going to be great on scene because they just had this connection.
Like the
Got
Notebook.
Okay.
You saw the Notebook,
Absolutely have seen the Notebook.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
what kind of
didn't
real
have-
man hasn't, bro?
Isaac. Don't yell at me. Hey, but you know, oh God, Ryan Gosling was cast. But then if you ever go, dark web on YouTube, you see her audition, and then a
Yeah.
chemistry, and they must have put in with a few people. But apparently, he goes, "That's the chemistry
Exactly.
person," and he nailed it. You know?
100%. Like it
Yeah.
just works well with some people, and then it doesn't.
Nailed
with
it.
others.
Got it.
And the writers and the director.
Yeah.
So the crew and
The
Grips
kissing
and
opportunities that I've had, they weren't bad. They weren't like they were cool. It wasn't bad experience.
They always pair me with Asian on the set. I don't know. I wonder why.
I haven't worked with Asian. I haven't paired with Asian.
Yeah.
I haven't been paired with Asian yet. More European, white, and Hispanic. Those are my.
I don't think it matters. Yeah, I was just kidding. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. That's where you made my mind go there when you said it.
No, now that I think about it,
it,
since we have to relate this somehow to Eric Roberts, maybe we can have I don't know. Like I feel like.
Yo, that's Julia Roberts' brother.
Yeah, but like, are we? So I feel like maybe do you want to discuss a little bit about how the stories are gonna go in terms of shall we have? We're probably gonna have some sort of love scene in the movie, right? So. Is it gonna be with the Geppetto? Is it gonna be with any?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the movie, right? So Geppetto is the main idea. What's the main idea?
Geppetto is
Why are you looking, Isaac? You're looking at me. I don't know what's happening.
Geppetto.
So if you guys use the story. Tell me
So
what to
in the
say.
story,
I don't-
Geppetto is the print shop owner. He invented the robots.
Got it,
And
robots.
then there's
Got it.
actors who wrote the story of this whole movie
Okay.
about the robot and Geppetto,
Got it,
and then what
robot,
happened
Geppetto.
between.
Cool.
So stories would be like. Somebody come to the store, found out the robot, and then want to take advantage of it, or want to bring more peace with it, or do good and bad things, or help themselves with it. So, for example, maybe it'll help you with your acting career, right? Maybe it can do stuff people cannot do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was thinking maybe we can. One of the fun story that we came up with was have Steve fall in love with another robot or something like that, or have it fall in love with another human being or something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna add to that. So like the way that I'm reading this extended plot, so I'm just gonna read what's on
Yeah.
there. Okay?
Yeah. Can I
Alright.
don't have that. Can I see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let
Read
me
it.
go
Go
ahead
ahead.
and
Read
read
it.
this. So
Why
like
not?
the Steve falls in love with a human girl who visits the print shop, but the relationship is threatened by the overbearing father, which is Geppetto, of course, and he disapproved with the robot and a human relationship because, of course, we all know why.
I don't know why. Say it. I don't know why.
All
Well,
right.
because he can't have any grandchildren by them. It's obvious.
Because he's not human.
What
enough,
year
because
is it?
He
though?
tried to
We
be
don't know.
human,
What
but-
year?
Okay.
Yeah.
Be a half robot,
Okay,
half human being.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is Geppetto?
Yeah.
So is
Hey, where are you from?
So is Geppetto
So,
supposed
like,
to be racist
so-
or something? I
No,
don't
No,
know.
like-
like maybe a genetically made.
Okay.
I mean,
Genetically made. Cool.
like into
Okay,
It's like a
so-
sci-fi action comedy.
So-
So okay, so what if Geppetto is still a robot, but he's capable of reproduction? No.
No, I don't think it's gonna
What
be
if
happening
Steve-
like that. It's more like gonna be lab work, but
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna be happening like.
Who's writing this?
Everybody.
It's already
Everybody.
written on here.
Oh, this
Okay.
one's already
No,
right.
I was just curious. I mean, I know you guys are still right. Like it's development stages, right?
Do you have
I'm
another?
not making it up. That's,
you have
that's
another
No, that's
copy?
cool. I like it. So,
Well, somebody made it up.
someone had to create this.
Yeah, it's open source.
it's
So yeah, but I mean, just general sentiment. It's like a sci-fi action comedy type of stuff, right?
Sci-fi, action, thriller, comedy. Yeah, it could be any genre. So, I did come up
Is
with
who's planning on playing Geppetto?
Geppetto is Eric Roberts.
Okay,
Geppetto
that was my
is
first guess.
the
Okay,
inventor of the robot Steve. Yeah.
Okay, and who's Steve?
Steve is the robot.
Who's playing Steve?
You know,
Oh.
Isaac, you know less than me.
I think
I
one
just
of the
realized.
one of
So
the
bad guy?
we used to have a picture of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to get Julia Roberts also involved with this too.
Oh well, hey bro, if Julia
Playing
Roberts is
sister.
involved, I'm playing Steve, bro. I'm just letting you know right now.
You should get all the Roberts.
Yeah.
Like Emma Roberts.
Actually, now I'm coming here now because Julia Roberts is getting in this film. You guys
I
can
would
have
come for
Eric.
Emma
I love
Roberts.
Eric, but I come in here for Julia now. So Steve, Isaac falls in love with Julia Roberts, who visits the print shop. Okay, cool.
You just make that up. That's awesome.
I did.
Yes,
Well,
you
I mean,
just
I
wrote
said it
that
in my
part.
own words, but yeah,
Yes,
you
that's
would say-
great. Read it again. Read it again.
I said, yeah, Isaac falls in love with Julia Roberts, who visits the print shop. Which, see, there'd be a great connection there because it would make sense that, Eric is,
Oh, that'd be
being
awesome.
overprotective over his younger sister.
Yeah.
And who's
Yeah.
this young man falling in love with money?
All right. You were asking
Yes.
earlier. So I have the character breakdown right here, like
Okay.
who's playing who. You were asking earlier who's playing the robot.
Steve, yes.
Steve. So I have Joel.
Joe
Got
Harkin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to have a picture of him. Yeah, it's.
We have.
yeah.
I have a picture of him.
Oh my god.
Is Eric Roberts' character like evil? Are these like bad
Not at the
robots?
beginning.
Not at the beginning, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I feel like one of those, like, he's a good bad guy, right? Like, I don't know.
He
I'm
could
just
be.
thinking about
Well, he
Iron
disapproves of
Yeah.
he disapproves the marriage of a
Isaac,
robot and a
Isaac.
human. So
No, I didn't go through.
Dang, so Actors Access.
You're good. No,
Man,
it's just, you're good.
you guys are
See?
the greatest. I love Actors
Alright,
Access
so-
so much.
Get out of your own way.
You guys
So-
are
so
so
the-
good. Don't
I'm ready to
ever
make
just
some
keep
movies
taking
now,
my
baby.
$12 a month.
You know,
guys
Robert-
are perfect with your
So this is the
Yeah.
Joe. This is Joe, right, guys?
oh really?
Okay.
This is the guy that is actually playing the robot.
Oh,
Okay, cool. Let me see.
Okay.
Okay, he looks different now.
Who's
okay.
Where's Joe? Where's Joe?
Yeah, he's got a good robot look there. I guess.
Well,
Kid robot,
he's supposed to be here. But
It scream. Yeah. The other picture when the last time they showed us, it screams Down syndrome for some reason.
Wait,
For real. Last time they showed us the picture, yeah. This picture looks a lot better.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. So we have Steve, and then pretty much we come up
was
with
it
different
this
story.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so we could pretty much come up with different stories about like how we interact with the robot, and then how everything happens, and then yeah.
Okay.
Love stories, sci-fi
Yeah,
stories.
yeah. It's like a sci-fi love story.
Thank
I
you.
get
Yeah.
He's not there.
Cool.
Did you want to take a look at him?
Sci-fi black comedy love story. That's a
The guy
great
after
combination.
work.
Yeah. Why is too many main character, both main character white?
How do we
Yeah.
market this?
We're going to do the challenge.
Where do we spend the dollars?
Yeah, we need a Hispanic kid to play Steve.
Bro, I'm rich. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
I've been waiting my whole life to have this moment with Julia Roberts.
I thought you were going to say
Hey.
you've been waiting your whole life to have this moment with us. Come
Oh,
on.
that's cool too. Yeah.
Boy, we're taking a
sounds so
second back
sincere.
You
seat here
think-
to Julia Roberts? Really?
If you think you're going to jump Generation X to have dinner with Julia Roberts, me and Sean have another thing coming.
That's right, yes.
We're age appropriate, okay?
Yeah, we've been waiting in line
Hey,
for a
man,
lot
love
longer.
is
Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. This is just.
My
yeah, this
longest
is- yeah.
relationship in life. She wasn't like older than me like by that much, but like she was like about 5 years.
I
older.
believe in
Yeah.
you, Isaac. Yeah.
Isn't Julia Roberts married, guys?
Yeah.
So-
No, yeah. But I mean, I was
Sorry
just.
to break it to you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking this whole time, but yeah.
Okay, we're talking about going to dinner with Julia Roberts, and she throws reality in. Oh,
I'm
she's
sorry.
married.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
That's a
sorry.
whole woman thing to do, right?
Now
So
I
you
know
go to
she won't have
reality
dinner with
there.
me.
Great.
For sure.
Probably not.
Darn her.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well.
it's funny. The longest relationship I've had, she was 5 years older than me. It's like 5 years.
I can't hear.
A lot older.
That's a huge,
How long was that
huge
relationship?
Yeah.
age gap right there.
It is though, a little bit, right?
I don't think so.
I think
My
that's-
parents had like a 27, almost 30-year age gap.
Yeah, I think
20.
Julia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I think Julia's
I know,
old enough
my
to be your
dad's
mother.
Oh,
Actually.
because your dad's older.
My
Yeah.
dad's older, so he couldn't do.
You go to jail for that. Yeah.
No, you don't. You won't go. to
And when
jail.
I say that, I don't mean like, oh my god, he's 40 and 50. You know, I mean like my dad's like almost 80.
Yeah, and
You
she's
know?
60
And my
something.
mom's like, you know,
He's
this
in his
hot
prime.
40-year-old, and my dad's just like.
That's
Man,
right.
your
interesting.
dad's the man. Your dad's the man.
That's interesting. My folks were almost old enough to be my grandparents when they had me.
My dad and my grandma are closest in age. My dad actually was friends with my grandfather. That's how my mom even met him. So
That's so funny.
Interesting.
that's great right there for me.
Yeah, I feel like
Wow.
I would go younger now. I wouldn't go older, obviously, but I'd go. I mean, it's not like my go-to.
My
but
girl's older.
I'm open to it. Oh, your girl's older too?
Yeah, she's she's old. Yeah, a year and a half
Year and a half?
older. I talked in the
Look at her.
podcast.
Look at her rocking the cradle, man.
She's smart and funny, man.
Hey.
You know,
guys
you
met-
get to the point, right?
you
Well,
guys
maybe
met
you
in high
don't.
school?
I'll speak for me, but you get to the point, you know,
I get you.
wouldn't you rather be to hang out with someone, go hike, camp, and whatever that
That's
you get
cool.
along with,
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
best friend, you know?
Yeah, that's nice.
And the booty's good still.
The booty is good. The booty is
That's
good.
right.
You know, it's still, hey, Sean,
I
what
was like,
it's still, we're
yeah,
still having fun, aren't we?
It's long romantic walks on the
Let me-
beach
let
and
me
the booty's
act
good,
like-
baby.
Exactly.
You act like I didn't
Yeah,
know.
earmuff.
If only you knew where I
Earmuff
was
row.
working. Don't worry.
I don't know why the booty is good. It sounds like a great title
I
for a
meant
porno
booty
film.
and as together. I didn't mean,
I can
you know,
promise you it is one.
Yeah.
a booty
I'm
meeting
sure we sell it.
between
so
two.
funny.
Only
Man.
Simmons knows what I mean by that.
I have a quick one. We're all going through our sites, and then you see that role, because I see it, like it was a Sam Malone spinoff of Cheers, and I go, yes, I can do that, or I can try. What would freak you out, and you go, oh my god, I got to get this when you click it
On what?
You mean
on an audition? You know, we all scroll through and things come through, and you
Like
go,
a casting
oh my god, bam, and you click it. Like, what's your role?
Oh, what I go for? I mean,
Yeah.
like, what's my goal for? I mean, like, one of the things that I see is if it's a background or forefront. Or second thing I see, like, is it local?
Right.
I'd rather do more local stuff than going abroad or going to a
course.
different city and stuff.
When you say local as opposed to loco, right?
Local, not local.
Sure.
I picked the local ones.
I picked the crazy ones. Yeah. And yeah,
To be yourself.
Yeah, and second thing, I mean, like, I don't mind doing supporting or background work either, as long as it makes sense to me. Or like one of the scenes, like, you know, like random scenes, like if they are looking for, I don't know, print shop guy, or looking for a copier shop guy, or a tea shop guy, you know, like
Bouncer. I see tons
bouncer,
of
Yeah,
bank
bouncers.
background.
We're gonna play
you know.
bouncer.
Like, I don't mind
You scared
doing
the
that.
shit out of me.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that as long as it's getting paid.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
and of course I try to do more paid stuff, but it's like there are like so many random casting happening nowadays, and it's very competitive out here. I mean, like, I ain't gonna lie to you, but yeah, there's like you said earlier. I was actually thinking about your words that you said earlier, like how you came about this audition, like from Las Vegas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I sort of relate myself to that somehow, because like this is like my second or my third audition in Southern California. I used to travel all the way from there to here, just the way you used to travel
Oh,
from, and
yeah.
it's
Oh my God.
Greyhound. My Greyhound bill was way high.
I have my bike. They're like, you can't put it in there. I go, I'm putting it on there. Here's $20. Get on the bus.
Yeah,
I love this topic. How far we travel to be on the shows. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Right.
actually, I now I would love to do more traveling, in general. But like now, just because I was doing a lot of BG work in the beginning.
Yeah.
Just because I was so new to film, but that's how I learned a lot. I asked a lot of questions with the producers and stuff.
Yeah.
And even like some of the first team actors, and they were very kind to me. And they gave me actually a lot of insight.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, the main stuff I go for now is mainly lead roles. I mean, I was booking a lot of day player principal roles, but a lot of star roles, co-star. I'm open to co-star stuff, but I really just like leading. Whether, you know, I don't really believe in failure. I only believe in like learning lessons and rewards. You know what I mean? And I just like to stay there. Because it's not even just for me. I like to see everyone else around me succeed too. It's not, you know what I mean? So to see that.
Would you enlighten us a few tips from the first team?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I just feel like, yeah, it's one of my first day player roles. Actually, when I got to connect with him and work with him, they were telling me in general that, yeah, just kind of like find your own path, right? I mean, like really keep paving your own way, and don't be scared of failure, right? I feel like that's the biggest one, actually. Don't be scared to fail. Like, this business comes with so much failure. I personally, I'm grateful I came from an industry that there was a lot of failure for me, but there was also a lot of rewards and successes. So I was kind of used to that in a sense. So I got to remember that when I say that to other people. But I would say that's one of the biggest things. Like, don't be scared of keep putting yourself out there. You always get the role that's meant for you, right? In a sense, and it is an industry too where you don't have to necessarily, you can create your own future in a sense too. I that's kind of where I feel like I'm at in a sense right now.
Let me rephrase the question. How did you book your first day player?
Day player. So yeah, I mean, I was just auditioning a lot, and I just like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm naturally just like good energy with people when I talk to people on set.
Was it an in-person audition or was it a self-tape?
No, they just like, I was on set and like working there, and then like I was just always connecting with the directors.
You
and,
got
like,
bumped.
Yeah, and I was always.
I almost had that. It was so fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, and they just kind of picked me up to do some improv with the first team and stuff like that.
Okay.
And that's kind of how, like, I just feel like, honestly, every job I get, I'm having fun.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter what it is to me. I just have fun with it.
Yeah.
And I feel like people like that, no
Yeah.
matter what it is. And that energy just kind of transmutes, and they appreciate it. And then they just kind of like, oh, why not? You know what I mean?
I love that.
Type of stuff.
I love that.
Yeah. Even my auditions, like, I'm like, obviously there's the ones I don't get, and then but you just keep going. But I have fun with them all. I even laugh at the ones I send. Like I was like, why did I send that?
You get a call back on something. You go, wow, drunk or high was I?
Yeah, but it was just so funny. I was like, but it was just a fun. Like it's even funny. Like even though I didn't get that job, it's just funny to look back at
funny.
it. Like
I mean, that's how I look at it. I mean, like every time I get an audition for and they ask for a video, I mean, like even and they were like send us a link or whatever, right? I just upload it to my YouTube channel. I just made it private. You just make yourself a private YouTube channel, and every time they say like send us a link, even I feel the same way too. Like even though I don't get a job, I go back and look at it. I'll be like, dang. How fucked up was I?
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, no, it happens. But I mean, see, that's like, bro. I think that's beauty in that.
Yeah,
I love what you said that you just kind of having a good time and connect.
It's all about having a good time.
Yeah, connect with the producer and the director on not obviously, but like just having a good time, and also like. I think I like what you said. You just kind of improv and then show them what you got, right?
Yeah. I mean, I just go for it. I'm not scared to go for it.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like too many, like that goes to getting in your own way sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that I'm getting over it quicker. That's why I'm just going for lead roles now. I just want to stay in that lane because that's what they kind of remember you for, right? Like, even I've had people that have told me no before that say yes later.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. It's just kind of staying persistent, staying true to you, and owning that. I don't like that's kind of one thing I feel like I've learned for myself and just learned from these other stars and other talent that I've worked with.
Love
or like that's the vibe I've gotten from them for sure.
Yeah. I heard multiple stories where people got bumped to day player or like to like at least one liner where they just like the people on the set love their energy and love what their personality.
Yeah,
and then
adding on to that, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I'll say it and then go right after. But and I would just say like, I never went in with the attention like I'm trying to get something out of them. You know what I mean? Like I was generally just like enjoying the moment for what it was and being there, being a sponge and learning off of everyone and everything.
Yeah. All right, back to the story.
I'm gonna add
totally dry cut. Just keep going.
Full stop.
I'm gonna add to that. Like speaking of bump ups and stuff, it's actually literally happened to me a couple of years back. I was actually called in for a background, and they put us in this scene where we are in an office environment, and it went up 2 bumps, I think. It started off as a background from central casting. We ended up going in. They called us out of all the casting from central casting. They called us 5 people from that group of people, and I got bumped up to that. They made a scene out of us.
Awesome.
First we were just called in for background as a stand up, and then we got like 5 people out of them 20 people that got sent in, and
all 5 of you bumped. Great.
5 of us got bumped, and on top of that, out of that 5 of them, there was me got bumped even more, saying we're gonna have you in a scene where they're gonna have us taken out on a stretcher. Like they're gonna have like I got like I don't know, like I'm in the cop. It's just like a stupid scene.
You were carrying the stretcher, right?
Yeah, no. So I mean, like it was just a stupid scene. Like I'm making copies. I get a paper cut. I got hit by coffee pot or something, and I forgot how it was. And then I have burns on my hands and stuff because of burning pot. And they had fire guys and cops coming in carrying me out of the building. So
that's cool.
It was like,
but you're going for background now. You're the center of attention.
That's cool, man.
Again,
so
that
like, going back to what he said, like anything could happen. I mean, you be on the set, you calling for something else, end up being something else. It's all about the luck and how your appearance is, how you look like.
Can I? Yeah. Did you have something?
Oh, I was going to.
Yeah, go.
Something.
Don't worry, the whole thing will get cut.
Yes, thank you.
Just saying it happens. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Hey,
you
Robert's
guys
talking about
bumps and everything else like that. I can't remember the last time I got bumped. Maybe it's because I never did. But anyway,
I love the brutal honesty that comes out of
my
you,
late
Sean.
best friend, though. He died fairly recently, but wonderful actor and great guy.
What's his name?
His name was John Rosati. And he was on the set in working on The Wild Party. I don't know if any of you ever saw that. James Coco, Raquel Welch.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
I'm just kidding.
he got bumped to play her boyfriend in a scene.
Cool.
Now, what happened later on is that they were in the cafe having lunch together, or well, not together, but I guess he was right behind her, and he accidentally bumped into her, and she really didn't like that, and so she saw to it with the director that he got removed
From the scene?
from his bumped up position. Yes, another bump up that he got that he blew was when
Why didn't she like it?
she's a.
Wait,
Is his name Julian?
Uh-huh.
Is his name? Just kidding.
Oh, no. Anyway, so
Okay.
another time.
That's unfortunate.
Another time he blew a bump job that he got was when he was working on New York, and he got bumped to do a little scene with Robert De Niro. Well, what happened is during the break, he smoked a joint with Robert De Niro. And
Fuck yeah.
it screwed him up, and he wasn't able to do the scene. That could have been his, big time
Can't be smoking then working.
break.
Who cares? He smoked a joint
Always
with Robert
build up
De
your
Niro.
tolerance before you arrive on set. I guess is
Actually,
the moral.
Offset, the rapper, he offered to smoke. He offered me to smoke weed. I just didn't. I don't smoke, so I was like, I'm good. Yeah.
Anyway, he fell down eventually and bumped his head and ended up in the hospital and died of that. That was a few months ago. Anyway, so that was the end of his illustrious career.
Lesson of the day is stay away from weed, kids.
Yeah.
See?
Can I do a
Celebrities who
That's
smoke
for people
also.
who can't handle it.
But I teach their own. But like, yeah.
Stay away from
I'm
it.
not for it. Yeah.
All right.
What not to do real quick, and I don't mind making full. You get past the pride, right? Don't do this, young actors. Wild West Chronicles background, right?
Yeah.
So happy to get it. It was 250, cold, windy. They put us up great in the barn. I'm bearded up, a checkered jacket, and they go, Rob Meyer, where's he? They want you on the other B set. Holy shit. I go down there and there's cars coming. He goes, hey, can you make sure that car doesn't come while we're shooting? I go, great. For the next 30 minutes, they thought I was there for car patrol. And I go, no, they sent me, they sent me and they go, you were the guy supposed to be in the scene? No, we thought you were directing traffic because I didn't speak up. Like, I was too shy and embarrassed. I should have walked up. And it was a bunch of burly Western guys shooting, having fun. You don't want to interrupt them. Say it, go. Raise your hand and go, they sent me down. I blew a chance to be, on West Side Chronicles because I didn't speak up. I directed traffic like incredible. Like, I think I could do that for
That's not what you went there for.
But,
You've got a backup
They
job
call
just
you
in
then,
case.
they're
Here.
like, hey, you directed traffic real great.
Yeah.
You weren't
So usually I'm talking
president.
about
You're like,
me.
hey, that's not what I would call. I
Yeah,
was
so
expecting.
do not do. I guess what I'm saying, be assertive, but don't be rude. But
Yes,
speak
yes, I
up, or
agree.
you will
That's
get
fine line
run
there.
over,
Yeah,
and you'll miss an opportunity.
I always speak up.
Thanks for letting me get that out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you said that, but
Yeah.
there's never a time where I don't. I'm like literally I'm
Shocking.
just first person. I'm like,
Robert, before that goes away, okay,
Shocking.
you can make sure you write a scene about that in this movie.
In the movie, how about that scene?
Yeah, just time travel back. Yeah.
And just standing there, yeah, that'd be good. Just,
Yeah, right. Just go back to that time and
tell
change
me what
it. Yeah.
to do. I don't know what's going on.
Oh no! So in the
I
story,
got a C in English. I'm great at math. Is there any math in here?
you are. That was actually the only class that I failed.
Everyone's
Geometry.
different.
To each their own.
Everyone's different. We
Yeah,
put all the
each
kids
their
through
own.
the same
Public
meat
speaking,
grinder.
I got an A.
What was your best subject?
I said
Gym. Probably PE, like all of us.
no. Actually, I didn't get into that until like my early 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, I was athletic, but I didn't get it really into like the whole fitness realm until like early 20s. But yeah, subject wise, I love science. I like science in a certain
Yeah.
sense, but more public speaking, sociology. I'm trying to think of all the classes that came to me where I didn't have to study, but, like chemistry, geometry, all that stuff.
Well, you
I
had
had to
to-
put in some work.
You had to have like sci-fi, which is why you're here. Right?
Sci-fi. I like sci-fi. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, actually, yeah, I'm a huge fan of The Witcher. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but
The Witcher.
I
yeah,
haven't.
Yeah, the guy, the Superman guy. Yeah.
Cavill, yeah.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you seen that show?
Mm,
Or the game? You played the game?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I played a little bit of the game. Yeah.
I like. Yeah, I'm not
so
like
fun,
a. I'm a huge comedy buff.
Yeah.
You know, there's just certain things that catch my eye, like in the sci-fi realm. Like Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise. I've seen that. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Edge
I
of
think
Tomorrow.
that
love
was such a
movie.
great
I love
movie.
that movie.
The
Yeah.
movie was great, right?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
The whole.
I watched that
story.
movie at least 20 times.
Or
Yeah,
you
I've seen
said
it.
Tom Cruise, so
Yeah.
you
yeah.
you were redundant.
That Edge of Tomorrow, that story that's actually a Japanese story. So the character is supposed to be Japanese.
Is that right?
It makes
I did
sense.
not
Yeah,
know
it
that.
is a very because it's
That's
a
why I
very
come down
like
here.
Yeah. Yeah.
this story. It's amazing. It is like I can't even explain it, but it's just like the whole time lapse and all that stuff.
Do you guys plan to watch that movie?
Which one?
Edge of Tomorrow.
George.
Love that.
I've
movie.
seen
If not,
Obviously,
if not,
Yeah,
if not, I'm
I
just gonna
agree.
spoil it. Yeah.
I haven't put that
Just
in my
spoil it.
itinerary yet. No.
It's with Emily Blunt and.
There you go. That's right.
Emily
What's her
Blunt,
name?
yeah, Emily
Blunt,
Blunt,
Tom
yeah.
Cruise.
She's a bad,
I got to work with
I've
Emily.
actually
I'm
got
working with
plans.
Emily Blunt.
I got plans to see
Calling it.
the
Saying it
Jesus
now.
Revolution.
Speaking it out.
I've heard that's pretty good, actually. Yeah, I got some
Jesus
friends that went to see
Revolution.
Jesus Revolution.
Huh?
I have some friends that went to see Jesus Revolution.
No, what is that?
Is it from
Passion
the
of the Christ?
Fantastic. Yeah, it was about the
Passion of the
movement
Christ?
back in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've seen Passion of
Which
the Christ.
movement?
The Jesus
Vietnam?
movement?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Actually, well, I do have to head out though.
And can I just say,
uh,
this gentleman over here, I'm Rob, remember? What's your name?
Rob is so kind, yo.
What is it?
Edison.
I go,
Edison.
there's no chance he will be here today because I need his digits and I wanted to go through George. You walked in the door. This is what keeps happening, man. I'm out.
Where
Are we
is he?
done? I got to go talk to him.
Yeah,
about
I
something.
do have to head out anyway. So George, I do gotta go. But
Yeah, you
ladies,
guys, I'll
ladies
sit
and
listen,
gentlemen,
but
it was great connecting with y'all.
Yeah,
Stay
it's
great.
all right, Edison. Nice
Stay
meeting you.
blessed.
You too.
See y'all superstars later.
you too as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
imagine.
Gonna go instead of WhatsApp over there.
Yeah, Edison, switch with me, brother.
Okay, what's up, my man?
Fine, bye, bro.
Are we going?
Nice to meet you, brother. Alright, later, bro.
Let's see. Peace out, nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice meeting you later.
Oh, you're stepping in?
Yeah. Good hearing your story there, Isaac.
Hey, man. So nice to meet you.
Yeah, great meeting you
Yeah,
too, man.
hey, I'll see you on the big screen is where I'm going to see you next.
Yeah.
Hey, just say
Okay.
hi to us and wave
Absolutely,
at least,
bro.
okay?
George.
Actually, get me in the movie for free. That's all I want. Okay, wait, what? Edison?
Yeah, Edison.
Edison
This
and
feels
Simmons.
this feels different.
Oh, why do we keep taking? Look at me. Took the headphones off to
Yeah.
talk to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, this feels different.
Filipino singer extraordinary.
Yeah, thank you.
I can't believe you walked in.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. The craziest stuff's happening to me.
No, man, I guess thank you for having me.
Oh, he
man.
must
It's
love
different.
his life
I mean, I
right
would have
now.
got the number three. Yeah.
Like, every day is something new.
You guys are fine, right? If we hit the bathroom and do our thing, the show can improve.
The show would run itself. Did you have a later call time? Or
Is that what?
did you have a later call time?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to be here earlier, but
Okay.
co-host couldn't make it today, so I guess I'm gonna try to
Gotcha.
see who can step in for him temporarily just for today. We'll see.
So please introduce yourself and your show. What is your show about next week? Premiering next week.
Okay. What's going on, everybody? My name's Edison, singer, songwriter, actor, comedian. Will be one of the hosts for Music 90211. But don't be fooled by the name, ladies and gentlemen. We will be talking about other things in pop culture, not just besides music. So we will be premiering next week. My co-host, David Sincere, I could not be here today, so we will postpone that. We will move it to next week. So here I am for today. It's good seeing you guys.
So you
Yeah,
guys,
you
so,
too.
so you guys doing music or comedy?
Ye-
both?
Yeah, both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about different things. So that's cool, man. Glad to get to work with you guys and see. I've never worked in the podcast circuit like this. So this is pretty cool. This will be a different experience for sure.
Yeah. So the one we're doing was me and what three of us were doing was the script reading. So
Oh.
it was writing the story about the movie with Geppetto and Steve, a
Hmm.
robot,
Okay.
and then we would just we write the script on the show, and then we go back and kind of organize it and improve on it, and then eventually come up with a movie script.
Oh, okay.
For yeah, that's the format of our show.
Oh, okay. I see.
So it's basically a show before the movie actually happens that we just randomly just talk about what's going on about different characters and the scenes and stuff,
Right. Okay. For sure.
or random talk
have you
Yeah,
guys-
which is what we've been doing most of the time.
most of the time.
It's not random. It's
No, I mean
improvised.
last time.
Yeah.
Last time.
Randomly in-
Last time. Last podcast we had a really good time. We had a really good session of reading the scripts. That was the main impact that we did last time. But this time we just random.
No, man, I
helping
hear you.
out. We can do more script reading. I really want to do more script reading.
I do. I
Yeah.
really want
That
to
was
do it.
really fun. Yeah.
Yeah, is there really a script prepared?
Well,
We can write one right now.
we could write one right now. You guys want to work? You guys want to read something that we had the other time?
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Anything.
Okay.
Anything you will do right
Maybe
now.
that'll help us, inspire us to write something
Okay, so I got
connection
this
with that or
is
whatever.
this is one of the scripts that we wrote.
Ah,
You gonna pass it around?
You have
Okay.
the one with the Brewers?
all right.
Matt Jackson. Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't have scripts generated by ChatGPT this time around.
Okay, that's
But
okay.
can you explain, Edison, what is ChatGPT and how does it work and how he can help us with the soundtrack for our movies here in Beverly Hills 90211?
Are you? Have you heard about? Have you heard about the tool?
ChatGPT, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too familiar with it, but yeah.
It kind of does a lot of work for you. Just kind of, you know how like when you hire a writer, you tell it what you want and then it writes for you. It's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's-
Scary in some ways, but yeah.
Yeah. So
You know, like,
it is pretty scary.
This is
It's
the
like,
first time
it
I
come-
actually-
It comes up like this whole thing is come up by the robot.
This is
It's
the first
like-
time I actually used the
That's the
ChatGPT. I didn't even know what this software was. I was just like in there just typing it out.
Excuse
I'm
me.
like, I'm typing. This thing is automatically picking up my words and adding it in. I'm like, no, I'm using this software really wrong. So I'm like, let me just go ahead and talk to it.
It's like the typewriter took a life of its own.
Yeah, life of its own.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You use it yet?
No, this is a particular program you're talking about?
Yeah.
A writing program?
Chat GPT. Yeah, that's what we use.
Ah,
It does it all by itself. You just have to tell the program certain things like main part, and it just does it for you.
Uh-huh.
You like it.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it out what it does.
all right.
It's more confidential, but
Okay.
yeah.
What if they have a similar program for music composition?
I know, right? Write the song out for you.
Yeah. Ah.
All right, guys. Let's
So you know about the
script real
characters
quick.
and stuff?
I don't.
Here, you want to read a couple of them from it just to get an idea what's this all about?
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah. All right, guys. I gotta head out in about 15 minutes. Just a heads up.
I got to head out at about 4 o'clock myself.
Yeah, I'll head out with you guys.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do this. Do this interior copy shot.
All right.
All right.
So just the show is officially ended, but I just wanted to introduce you guys so we get accustomed with each other.
You already cut the show. Okay.
No, we didn't cut.
Okay,
We're still
cool.
on, but we're getting towards the end because it gets towards like a dead end. I feel it.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So let's do. Are we still doing the script?
You guys want to read off the script, or you guys
Maybe just
want to improvise it?
just know each other and we finish.
Yeah,
We have less time there.
let's just introduce ourselves to him again.
Okay, sure.
Let's just forget about that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just free talk
just pre talk.
with Edison. Let's just introduce Edison to 90211.
What's the date of your show?
I'm sorry?
What's your premiere? What's your show premiere again? Like you wanna?
Oh, yeah. Music 90211 premieres next weekend.
Uh-huh.
Next Sunday.
Next
Yeah,
Sunday.
next
Okay,
Sunday, yeah.
perfect.
Next Sunday, yeah. So, yeah, 90211, make sure you guys check it down. Like I said, we'll not only be covering music, but we'll be doing pop culture and what's going on in the entertainment world. So we'll
Okay.
be, yeah, and of course we'll talk about other things too, like what's going on with people socially, what's going on with people, how they're interacting with each other. So this will be pretty cool.
Okay.
It's good to talk with you guys. Maybe we talk a little bit about that here. So far.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Anything that you can spoil, without spoiling anything of it. You know, just kinda,
You mean without giving things away?
yeah. Can you spoil anything without giving anything away?
Can you tell us a movie, but don't tell us how it ends?
Exactly.
Nah, man.
It's the noise with the food. Yeah, let's just drop that for now.
Okay, can you guys quit talking while I eat?
Oh, man.
My bad.
No, man, but no, man. Yeah, nothing really we could spoil about, but just been watching a lot of interesting stuff, man, on TV, especially Netflix, Hulu, whatever it is, man. I'm seeing some great actors, great actresses in some of these shows that I could not believe how these directors can get a hold of them, man. Like it's amazing how it's amazing what kind of hidden talent is out there.
Oh, yeah.
You just don't know. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the show You.
Yeah.
on Netflix.
Yes, it
I-
came
I've
out.
heard of it.
Well, I just finished the season 4, the last half.
You just finished the last
In
half.
one
yeah,
day.
yeah. See, you see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man. I shout out to my brother and his girlfriend for telling me about that show. I was like, I'm not watching no psychopath murder people, man. Like, that's not even a spoiler at all. That's just
It's
letting
not his fault. Just
Yeah.
kidding. Yeah.
All right, we're not gonna go that far. You know what I'm saying? What's the name? God, what's the name of the actor? I forgot the name of the actor. What's his
Penn
name?
Badgley? No,
Penn Badgley.
Penn Badgley. Yeah. Penn
What's his
Badgley.
name?
Penn Badgley.
Penn Badgley.
Penn Badgley.
Yeah, he was on the. Was he on the Teen Wolf? Is he one of the Teen Wolf
No,
dudes?
he was in
He was in,
Gossip Girl. He was
yeah,
in Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl. Well, not okay.
He's essentially the
Okay.
same. Yeah, same. It
Okay.
was the same kind of story. Yeah.
Yeah, no, man. I've seen people play characters with antagonistic mindsets before, but he just took it to a whole nother level, man.
Yeah.
Like whoever trained him for this role, or anything like that, man. Props
Yeah.
to whoever got Badgley ready for that role, man. That's pretty cool. Would love to work with him one of these days, hopefully.
Well, it's not surprising that you talk about how amazing some of these projects are
Mm-hmm.
on Netflix because they have won more Academy Awards
Not surprised.
than any other production outfit
Yeah.
in history.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing
Yeah.
how much they've taken over the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's the place to work. It's the place to be right now. I know a lot of people criticize how they may have run their business, but it's one thing to care about how they run their business as opposed to the projects that they put out.
Well, they're jealous.
Yeah.
That's what they criticize. I mean.
Yeah.
But like,
Well, if they're dominating, then there's gonna be haters.
Yeah, no,
Gagan, you hitting it?
No, absolutely.
See you, man. Nice
You know.
seeing you.
All right, take care, God bless.
Nice meeting you, my man.
All right,
Nice meeting you.
next time.
Yeah, nice meeting you. Yeah, it's I'm just happy that the outlets have expanded over the years. Before being a kid in the late '90s, early 2000s, you don't really streaming service wasn't really a thing.
Not many options.
No, and that's the thing. That's why I'm happy that we have these options for everybody because now everybody can shine. That's just the deal.
That's right. Not everybody me.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, and of course back then you guys have probably heard back then it was about commercials was the way to make money. Commercials was
Yeah.
the gigs to get, and now it's it doesn't have to be just commercials. You can get paid big no matter what the role, how small the role, how big the role. You can shine in some form or another. But and a lot of people don't understand too, man. It's not about shining within the moment. You know what I mean? We get so caught up in, man, I want this to be my moment. I want this to be my shine. But hey, man, something always bigger comes up. You know what I mean? As long as you have the opportunity for it.
You said, is everyone good? You said something about the streaming. So Sean and I are, from a different time.
Yeah.
I know he knows this story. We had 3 channels growing up, and then you got the 4th. And then if you made your little brother hold the rabbit ears over the TV, you could get that 5th channel. But it would still be staticky, so we would watch shows with lines through them and everything. There's a storm out. If we had a hailstorm, you weren't going to watch a clear channel. But what I miss, and I was going to ask Sean this, do you remember the water cooler, whatever you want to say, but the Family Ties? You don't understand, these ratings, there were 20 million people watching, Cosby, Family Ties. That's what you talked about the next day, and you go, did you see Michael sorry, my bad, but do that thing? And we all had a common Sesame Street, into the Love Boat, in the Courtship of Eddie's Father, into all these things, and we all had a joint thing that I can talk to Sean about wherever we are. And you guys are like, hey, do you see that show? And there's so much content. It's all really good, which is the scary part. Like Your Honor came out. Has anyone seen Your Honor? The first...
I have 2 billion channels
So-
on my phone right now. Just kidding. Yeah.
So, what do you think? What's your opinion? Was it better then or better now?
Well, honestly, you talk about those shows from the 70s, and I personally think that the 60s decade was the golden time of television.
When exactly?
60s.
Yeah.
That's when I grew up.
Would you go back to that time if you could?
Oh,
Would you?
yeah.
Would you? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that they're just the content was just and the way that the shows had so much more diversity in terms of the age spectrum. Today, you back then you'd expect to see the age groups more balanced representative across all the various ages.
Grandma was there.
Right.
Everybody.
Whereas
The
today you turn on major broadcast television, and you're more apt to see, no disrespect, but the younger generation starring in most of the roles for the most part, 90% of the time it seems like. It's
The good news is nobody watches them.
sure. Well, somebody's got to be watching them, or else they wouldn't be on for so long.
They're doing okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd have to say they were doing okay in the ratings, or else they wouldn't.
The incredible talent from Top Gun 2 that's in everything. What is his name? The lead from Top Gun 2. None of you guys just your
Tom Cruise?
No, the lead kid.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm so bad.
Teller.
Miles Teller.
Yeah.
And I think to your
He's
point,
great.
I don't know if there's anyone better, and we're not supposed to judge each other. Forget it. I do. I think he's phenomenal, but he's in so many things, so much stuff. And I don't know if that was your point, but it's like there's got to be some other older. I don't know. Succession's an older cast, that's coming along, but I think we all had a bond. And we had comments we'd say to each other, like, that Meg really screwed him up, because we all went to Top Gun 25 times. We all had these comments we said and jokes to each other that meant something, and now someone says a line, they go, oh, you don't watch Fluffy the Dinosaur on channel 1280? No, I don't. I was hiking,
I'm from China.
Yeah. No, but of course.
But we definitely need more shows with older white people.
It's common, because politics and everything goes, Sean, it goes through these waves. We always come back to center.
I don't know. I mean,
Nothing personal.
I vote for you for head of the Screen Actors Guild right now.
there you go.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I love 60s, 70s movies. I watch older movies, but personally for me, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like the acting bar has gotten higher, though, if that makes sense. Like, when I watch those movies, the content is great, but at the same time, I feel like the acting could have been better. Like the Meryl Streeps and those are people that
they didn't
really
do 15 takes back then.
That probably is
you had to nail it in a couple, and they were moving on. That's my opinion. What do I know? But it was a little,
Yeah, but when I saw documentaries about actresses back in the day, and they would really put themselves in the character, they would judge them on that. They'd be like, wow, she's so crazy that she was crying like that and getting so into character. And then she walks out the door and it's like, yeah, but did you see her ass? Sorry, can I say that? Did you see her butt? But it's a true thing, and it was done to Marilyn Monroe. She would do great in her, people thought she couldn't act, but when she did it on tape, she would do an amazing job. And if you watch a lot of her documentaries or other actresses during her generation, they'd be like, wow, she was really crazy. Like the way that she just portrayed that role and everything really got into character. And then she'd walk off and they'd be like, yeah, don't think we want her in there. She's crazy. And then after they'd look at her whole body and be like, yeah, but did you see her body though? And then that's why she got cast, because of the body. And it's like, wow, nowadays I feel like that emotion that actors put into it, more effort, everything like that is more appreciated.
Yeah.
Than it was
you can't appreciate as much the acting talent of Marilyn Monroe unless you realize that and know that she was actually much more intelligent human being than she let on in her movies.
100%.
Yeah.
I was being sarcastic earlier. Did everybody get that? When I said that.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
I had to apologize.
No, we all hate you now, and we're just so mad.
Okay, so we get that, right? Okay, good. Okay, just to make sure.
I just think. No, I just think if you look back on, say I wasn't alive during 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I came in, I was born in the mid 90s, but you look back at that time, I call it the pioneer era. Everybody left a mark that kind of set the trend for the future. You know what I mean? Like that just kind of was like, you talk about beauty, it was Marilyn Monroe. The standard of the beauty at the time was Marilyn Monroe. It's sad that it was short-lived, but due to her passing away, rest in peace to the great Marilyn Monroe. But it was an interesting time. And of course we talk about guys within that era too. We talk about guys like Bruce Lee, for example. Like Bruce Lee, I think without him, I don't think we give a damn about martial art movies now because of Bruce Lee. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we can talk about all the martial art movies that have come out since his death.
Yeah. It would be up to me to do that.
But I'm just saying, like, we can talk about all of the martial art movies that have happened since he's done his movies and after his passing, they're not Bruce Lee.
Right.
And he had less movies than probably any actor who's done it. But that's definitely like, it's definitely a pioneer era.
But James Bond, like for you,
James Bond,
new Bonds. Well, that's my ex-father-in-law. He's like, that's not Bond. Some new guy. I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But he watched him. But he's like, but that's not James Bond.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And of course, and the way that and the acting techniques was different. That's why it kind of seems a little awkward for this day and age to look back and like, why are they acting like this? Like, they're not believable enough. It's like, well, it just kind of changed over time.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel. It's like, I'm like, wow, that's really not that believable.
Yeah. No. No. Exactly. Because things just kind of changed over time. I saw. I read an interview. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Colin Mockery of Whose Line Is It Anyway, but he was asked, because it's been 30 years now since Whose Line's been around. So he was talking about like, man, like Whose Line wasn't really a thing of the 90s, when they first started. He said, we used to go to the McDonald's next door and ask people to come see our shows, and then people would ask us. I was like, well, what is it you guys like do? And he said, well, I don't know. It's gonna be up to you guys. I know it's gonna be up to you guys, But that's why, like I said, the pioneer era of the 20th century, and I think I'm so thankful for guys like, like the Wayne Brady's and the Ryan Stiles and all those guys who did that show, because I think because of them, improv became a bigger thing. And now you see people are wanting to do improv from all over the places. So now, like I said, the 20th century was definitely a special century to kind of look back on and say like, man, thank you guys so much for what you guys have done. Thank you so much. And music was the same way. Music was the same way. Looking back, this year we're now celebrating 50 years of hip hop. And now you look back on 50 years, it's like, man, so many people have come through. Like so many people that we wish probably would have stayed longer. And now, like you said, standards are different. And I want to get back to what you said about believing in the characters. I don't think there's any actor out there right now, at least since I've been alive, who has made me believe in their characters in their movies than Denzel Washington. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry. There has never. To me, he's the greatest actor in the world.
How about Bruce Willis in Fifth Element?
Oh yeah, but here's the thing.
Was it Fence Post that Denzel did? Fence Post. Remember the backyard? The whole thing was shot. It's a play.
Where he fought.
Was it Fence Post? He was in the backyard. He was up for an Academy, and just like Tom Cruise, there was someone that just I'm sorry, but Forrest Gump, I think, beat Tom Cruise back then. I'm like, when is this guy going to get his damn thing?
Yeah.
But like that, maybe.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, man. They're great actors, and every great actor has their movies that are just kind of like like script may not be that good, but I believe in the characters. You know what I'm saying? That's how I view Denzel. Like when you saw him even in the movie
Equalizer.
I'm like, woo! Especially when he jumped those dudes that sexually assaulted that girl in the scene where he was like, what was it that he said that when he clocked in, he's like, you're not gonna ask me how she's doing? And
you're like,
I'm like, oh man, like these dudes are gonna get murdered.
He's been wowing me and Sean for 35 years.
Yeah.
Right? Or 30 years maybe?
Probably,
maybe.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan
he's
too.
amazing.
And that's the thing, man. But Training Day, which I think people view as like his ultimate movie, probably my favorite movie from him. But I'm also a big Remember the Titans fan. I could watch that movie so many times. But man, Training Day, man, when he just full out was just bad, and he sold it to me right at the beginning of the movie. Yeah. He's like, tell me a story. Tell me, like we telling, Ethan Hawke in the movie, he's like, tell me a story. He's like, my story? No, not your story, a story, because you won't let me read my paper, so now I gotta listen to your bullshit. It's like that. It's like, oh my god.
His best movie to me, not Hunt for Red October. That was Baldwin, I think. What was the other one that Denzel did? Not Hunt for Red October. It was another.
How far back are we going?
Yeah.
He took over. Gene Hackman was the not racist, but just didn't want his authority questioned. And Denzel took over and what was that movie? Not Hunt for Red October. That was Baldwin. The other one, there's a missile. Wow, I'll Google it. Continue on.
And on that, I'm gonna have to go. Okay.
Yeah,
this is a '60s show now. Okay.
No,
all right.
It's kind of hard to relate, I suppose.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
All right. Great talk, guys. Okay.
Nice to meet you, my man.
Great talking to you guys.
What you can do is, for your homework, you can Google 60s movies. So when you come back, you can be more educated and knowledgeable about the 60s movies.
Definitely
There you
not
go.
going to do that.
That's a good homework for him. I'll make sure he does it. Thank you. It was great meeting you.
You too.
Please tell me you've seen Pulp Fiction.
Great
because
meeting you.
Isaac's
All right.
not-
I've seen Pulp
Of
Fiction.
course,
Have a great
because
rest
you're a
of your
human
podcast.
being.
Thank you. You have a
You're
great
an adult.
weekend.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I watched
What's
it.
left of it anyway?
There's actually like Chinese movie that imitates Pulp Fiction.
What is it called?
I forgot the name. It was it's called $1 Million Man.
$1 Million Man.
Do you know Steve?
That was
Bell who
Steve.
did the Kung
Nice
Fu
meeting
Hustle?
you. So Vegas.
Not to be confused with $6 Million Man, of
I
course.
still go back
All right.
a lot.
It's,
What part of town you on? If you go back at all, see.
Yeah.
I do. My dad owns a jewelry mineral store actually,
Okay.
right by Sahara and Joe W. Brown.
Yeah.
And
Well,
jewelry
have you seen
minerals
anyone
are
run in the
also-
mountains and hiking?
Are-
Like I
are we
do
done?
10-mile
I guess.
stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna be done after this.
I love summerland and hiking. So
Nice
yes.
seeing you.
Nice
I'll
to
recognize you. I know I will.
now. Lisa will sit here now, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna boogie. I probably got 5 minutes.
Hey, Simmons.
Yeah.
Nice to see you finally got a ride today.
Yay! Thank you. Yes. Finally. Appreciate it, man. Sean got me a ride last night.
Aw, that's nice of you.
I know. It's a dirty job, but somebody had to do it.
I know, right? That's how I felt today. I'm just kidding.
All right, man. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you soon, okay?
Thank you. Sorry. So nice meeting you. Thank you.
We're good. You can hear me?
Yeah.
So since I have to go, I do need to ask.
Yes.
I got your number last time. Now I just put Edison in, but I put EDDISON. Is that close?
There's only one D.
EDISON?
Yeah.
And last name?
Salvador.
That way I can put it in, and I'm laying in bed, IMDb and friends I know, and go, holy cow, they're in production on that. You know? So I have a question, and you're younger. If, like podcast-wise, I know someone right now, 87. He's their whole life been around Emmy and Tony winners. She currently still teaches song and dance and acting at 87, 88.
Yeah.
Still going. She'll be, whatever.
Amazing.
She comes on. You're a singer. I mean, she was the lead in West Side Story at the dancing. Anyway, this is a long story. What would it be like for the younger people if I had an 87-year-old? Do they just hit the mute button, or if she starts talking about dancing in West Side Story in 1950? Oh, there's my.
You're not talking about Rita Moreno, are you?
No, not the lead, but the lead dancer and well known for it. Would that be something that kids for 45 minutes you would ask her singing and or at questions and be interested in what she went through in 50s and 60s, or would that bore the piss out of you?
You know what, man? It really just depends on the ear of the person that's asking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just, and that's the thing, man. I just feel like, well, someone like me, I don't mind learning from anyone. You know, like you obviously have been in big projects, so why wouldn't I want to hear from you? You know,
Right.
like what?
If you have been in mid projects, why wouldn't I hear from Sean?
Yeah.
He's got nuggets.
Yeah, you know, but that's the thing, man. Because I think what it is too is that a lot of kids are more about familiarity with the name. You see what I'm saying? Like that's like a key thing. Like, it's all about familiarity of the name, and it's so funny because like man, like why wouldn't anybody want to ask somebody who's been successful?
Free advice.
You know, like.
Right?
Thank you. Okay, yeah, but you know, like why wouldn't you want to ask somebody who's been in this business for so long and has success? And it's because it's all because I feel like there's no familiarity with the name.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't matter. You know, the matters is that your resume. It's like when you apply for a job, like man, like let me see what you've done. Like let me see what you've done. Or you know, or some people will look at it, what have you done for me lately, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, you want to be able to learn as much as you can in this business.
Sean, when was your? Can
Go ahead.
I wrap your up? Or wrap
No,
up?
go ahead.
Sean, when was your first audition? What year? I mean, Hell on Wheels, I guess, 1874, maybe.
Boy. Yeah, it had to be somewhere around that time. Let's see. Gosh. I got to say probably in the mid-70s when I auditioned for a role. It was an AFI film. And, it was...
Mid-70s.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
And my question, because I think she'd say the same thing, auditioning may be changing, Zoom and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She had the same battles that we do. You got to get in that room. Oh, God, what do they want? Who cares what they want? I want them to want me, because I don't want to be on a project doing Shakespeare.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Since I can't do that very well.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to get cast on that. So has it changed? What's changed?
Well, you know what?
You know-
It's interesting you mentioned the change from the live in-house audition to the Zoom audition, which I really abhor.
Yeah.
Did you want to think about it a minute, or just blurt it out?
No, I mean that's just really the way I feel about things. I mean, you talk about the dynamics of the business changing. I mean, that's just one of many, and it takes away from the engagement that you would normally have gotten to have with the casting director and even possibly director and producer, whoever happens to be
But there's
there.
an energy, Edison, in the room, and I won't interrupt him, but there's an energy that maybe makes me spark, or I wilt into a puddle. You know?
Well, not only that, it's you talk about energy. It's so much more difficult to gather that energy when you have to do something on Zoom, as opposed to something that you're doing face to face with the casting director or whoever is with her or him in the room, right? To play off of, okay. And they get to see that in person. There's so much more of the energy that exudes from your audition, your reading, when you're there live with the casting director, as opposed to anything that you can possibly hope to accomplish.
But you can't feed
on
off
Zoom.
someone else on Zoom. You know, my girl did the same with me. It was horrid, and she goes, "Do this, do that," and I just posted it on my reel. That's how great of it. Are you singing on Zoom? Are you getting callbacks on Zoom and singing, and they're trying to do audio through Zoom? And I love Zoom, but are you doing that?
Singing's different.
Yeah.
Singing's really like different. You know, it's really about, you know, that's why you hear things like EPKs, all that other
What
stuff.
is that? I don't know.
EPK is pretty much a music resume. It's probably how I view it. It's really like
Your reel.
it's like a digital EPK. Yeah, it's like a digital resume. You know, just like a reel, as you say. But you know, like I said, music's just different. You know, I think we have what we call promo. It's called promos. Like in acting, it's called reels. But in music, it's called promos.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Do you literally just send in your EKG?
No, he's not that old yet. Yeah. Okay.
Mine's a do not hire. Whatever it's called.
EPK.
EPK.
Yeah.
Do you literally
What's
send
the
it in and get
acronym?
self-booked?
What's the acronym stand for?
Oh shoot.
I mean, booked?
Electrical performance, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's called an electric performance kit.
Man, do they sell that
Yeah.
in the pill farm? Great. But do you literally submit that and literally book a job? They go, nope, we need him. He can go low, high. What, you know, they book you off that?
Yeah, it also depends. You know, like I said, but in any other entertainment realm, it's all about who you know. Also, then sometimes, but then again, EPK don't matter.
Yeah.
At that point, you see
If
what I'm
they
saying?
know your talent, yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like okay, like because at that point it's like, okay, I'm gonna take this person's word for it because I've known him or her for so long, and they're telling me like, oh man, you gotta book this dude. Yeah, he's dope. You see what I'm saying? But like that's what I'm saying, that it doesn't matter. You know, that's why I think, you know, this industry has changed so much, because before social media was even a thing, you had to know somebody.
Yeah.
It didn't. You had to. Like there was no other form of getting what you wanted in this business at that point in time without knowing somebody. You still got to know people now, but
You can do it on your own.
yeah. But that's the thing. It's a do-it-yourself business now. That's what I'm saying. Like I think now artists are starting to be trained into becoming more entrepreneurs, because at that point in time, you know, not only did you have to build your craft, but you needed help in all areas. And this stage, you really got to figure it out on your own and figure out where the spots are, where your weaknesses are, your strengths, who you need on your team, who do you not need on your team.
Right.
Yeah, but you know, and my manager, you know, I had a discussion with her one time. I told her, I was like, yeah, she was telling me, she was like, hey, like you really got to do things yourself, you know. And she probably knew I knew that, but you know, but I had to take it as if I'm learning again.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like if you treat it like that, you don't have a bad ego.
Right.
You don't have a bad ego because I take it as a reminder, like, hey, like, you know what? See what I knew, she's also saying. So I'm learning the right stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But in this business, you know, you really have to, like I said, learn as much as you can.
Yeah.
Because the more that you learn, you know, I don't know if you guys are into sports, but I'm one of the biggest Kobe Bryant fans in this world. And he always talked about, when they, and I remember he got asked one time, like, why do you always ask people for their secrets and their tricks? He was like, well, in order to be the best, you have to learn from the best. You gotta learn from the best. It's that simple. Like there's no secret ingredient really, but at the same time.
Have you been to his facility, that basketball facility up north?
Unbelievable.
He built some huge Kobe center, and there's just.
Oh, you're talking about up in like the land, like the.
Yeah, I'm up in near
Calabasas, like the Calabasas area
when I'm in town.
Oh yeah, it's no longer called the Mamba Center anymore.
No,
they took it down. No.
Man,
I think there
were kids there, and I think I don't know, but I think he bused. There was some maybe underprivileged. He would bus them in to play in this cathedral of a center and weights and everything. And I don't know. I'm making this up, but man, was it nice.
Yeah, I just think the reason why they took it down, from what I heard, was to avoid like any like lawsuits that could possibly, come in. But,
you're on your. Can I ask your age?
I'm 27.
Good Lord, Sean. I've worked these student films in shorts, and everyone's worried about the country or Hollywood. Don't worry about it, is my opinion. I can't believe it. I've been on student films. Christina Saunders cast me in my first thing. And I go to set, and oh boy, what'll this be, right? And it's just a bunch of incredible people getting to one goal. A couple people paid here and there. I wanted to ask you, I'm 55. In my 20s, I knew everything. In my 30s, I wasn't so sure.
20s do.
Yeah. In my 30s, I started to have doubts if I knew everything. In my 40s, it was conclusive. I didn't know everything.
Yes.
Now I know nothing.
Right. I was just going to
The
say.
more I read,
eventually, you would get to the point where you
you absolutely are blubbering.
I knew where that was
idiot.
going.
Right. What age for me? Because 53, 2 years ago, I'm a blubbering idiot.
Well,
if you read,
if you take a line from Secretary of Defense Rumsfeld.
Rumsfeld, we know what we don't know, but maybe not.
Right. Well, I think it went more like this. It went more like this. I think he said, "The more I know, the more I know I don't know."
Yeah. So I'm going to quit reading.
Right.
I'm just going to stop because it's making me stupid the more I read, realizing how much I don't know. The point is, you're 27. Holy cow, right?
Yeah.
I knew it all, and now I find myself. That's why I brought up my 87-year-old wonderful person I'd love to bring on. I keep talking now. I stop someone 65, 75. I want to pick their brain. If they'll give me free info, I'll take the free info.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Because they're so overlooked. You see a 7-year-old walk, and I've stopped them before, and they're like, well, I worked for NASA for 30 years. Then and it's some guy you thought was digging in the trash. He's a rocket scientist, you know? It's interesting what happens, but I'll ask him flat out, I'm 55, how am I going to screw up the next 20 years? And they go, multiple ways. mainly by not going to the doctor.
That's putting it bluntly, but honestly.
Yeah. So anyway, I throw it out there. I can't believe it. Things are fine here. I feel as if in the business, and I don't know it well, but I've had family in it for.
But you're still learning. That's the thing. You see what I'm saying?
Learning.
That's what I'm saying. Like you guys are older than me, but you still are learning.
The ball's still white. Bottom of the first inning. I can't get a grip on it. That's what I'm. Bottom of the first inning.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. But
Well, just so you don't cheat and throw any spitballs, okay?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. You know.
Okay. Well, now we know where you're coming from.
Right? That's true.
Are you working right now? Are you booked any or booking anything?
Right now, just kind of working on my own stuff.
Yep.
If I could be honest with you, like might as well. What's the old saying? You can't knock on the door in entertainment. You got to kick the door down and demand it. And I feel like that's my way of kind of kicking down the door, like, hey, look, here are my projects, and it's just kind of getting it out there, rather still writing my own music, still writing my own films, whatever it may be, I did comedy improv for 2 years, and I stopped doing that. Who knows? Maybe I'll come back to that. Who knows? Yeah. But I'm just kind of working on my stuff right now for the time being, and I've had auditions, even though, and here's the thing I tell people all the time too. You may not get booked, but it's fun to keep doing auditions. You know what I mean? It's always fun to keep doing auditions because you get the hang of like filming yourself and kind of like exploring yourself. You can go back and watch yourself and say like, here's probably where I messed up. Yeah. This is probably where I did. But like I said, it's always kind of cool just to get the hang of having to do auditions. Yeah. And I think being a singer for so many years, you just kind of like get used to like being in front of a camera and being in front of a stage and being in front of multiple people, but you're telling me I can't be comfortable being in an empty room most of the empty room most of the time. You know, is it? So
I'm alone with my thoughts. Thankfully, a lot. The people around me, but I'm kind of a loner. I didn't know it. I like to hike. I like to go and they go, "What are you gonna do for 8 hours?" I'm gonna go on a 22-mile hike. Really? No, I'm just gonna hike and jog a little, dance, jump off some rocks.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with myself.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, I'm great, but it's important to do that.
Yeah.
Sean, if you could go back 40 years, because I just signed my niece, I'm going to try to manage her. Not try, I am going to. If you went back, do you ever go, I know managers too that do well, and did you ever go back and go, God, if 78 I just would have started managing some people? Or I'm not big on regrets because I took the fork I chose. We're all here for a reason, but anything you go, I should have been an agent, should have been a director. You can't say gigolo. It's not one of the answers.
Well, first off, shoulda, woulda, couldas don't exist. That's what my wife keeps telling me. But if I did have the chance to go back 40 years for real, I suppose what I would have done is I would have put a lot more effort and energy into the creative aspects of the arts. Whether it be music that I've been doing, most of my life, and acting, and instead of doing so much stuff that got in the way, like life, I allowed life to get in the way too much. I allowed distractions, regular side gig jobs that
because you're going to live forever when you're 27. You know what I mean? Like you have your whole world ahead of you, and I don't have any regrets. But we're kind of still going.
Right.
People forget there's Generation Xers that are going to live 70 more years. There's 50, 48-year-old, 42-year-old Generation Xers.
Yeah,
they got a whole life ahead of them. There's going to be some 60-year-old get into acting, but you don't have big. And you know what? I guess the point is you won't have these either if you just kind of go with your heart towards that project. And I know unpaid sucks for everyone, and I have a job, so it makes it easier on me, to take unpaid work and travel. I know people that do this just to travel. I saw something that shot in Thailand, and I'm like, please pick me. I'm able to travel now. I want to go off and, what is it, hate to say this, my agent might be listening. It's $100 a day. I'll do it. She's like, no, you won't. You'll be here. There's an Ozempic commercial next week.
I hear you, man. But that's also a fun part of it too. Just traveling.
I'm just having fun. I'm sorry if I'm all bubbly. I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
Now that I backed off and just said, I met Sean, and I have your number now.
Yeah.
Because I have it. You were here for 3 years from now. That's the beauty. Is I hope I call him and he goes, who?
Yeah.
Crazy white dude from that podcast.
No, man. Hey, man. You never know. That's why I think it's so important to connect. It's always important to connect, and not only connect, but be cool. Just be cool. Be cool to people. Like I've seen so many bridges burnt down over stupid stuff.
Who paid the tab, the $8 tab?
Not yet. That's a good example. But I just seen so many bridges get burned, and it's like, man, if you're just cool with people in this business, you never know what's going to open up.
Right. And the business really is all about relationships.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's hugely. People underestimate it now, but it's like, bro, you need relationships with people.
Yeah.
In this business.
Yeah.
You don't have to necessarily be best buds with them. I'm not asking that you got to have this bond or fatherly, brotherly, sisterly, motherly, whatever it may be type of bond, but just be cool with people, man.
And also not fake with it, because everyone can sense that. And I'm giddy like that, and they go always kissing up. I'm anxious to see you. God forbid I see one of you guys walking on the street. It's ridiculous. I'll jump in your arms and hug you, as if we're best friends.
Yeah.
And then I wait for people to surprise me the wrong way before I just give them the benefit of the doubt. You get screwed over and you go, okay.
Yeah. And just,
because 5 years from now, they get humbled and they're the greatest person in the world.
Yeah.
I probably wasn't so humble 32, or where was I raising 3 kids?
I hate to use this example. I really, really do.
Use it. Please use it.
I am so sorry. I don't. I'm going to say it.
Mr. A's
I'm going to say it.
George's dying.
I'm going to throw it out. I'm going to say it. It's like when you we talk about relationships in this business with being cool and whatnot, and you just never know. It's like it's like those moments when you're dating somebody, and you reject him or her, you reject him or her, and then down the line you see how like successful that person tends to be, and then you're still kind of like in the background, still like you're still like, it's like, man, if only I was like.
You mean once they shook you off, they were fine?
And then, but like it gets to that point where like you just kind of like, man, like if only I treated this person better, maybe I could have just been a part of this person's life.
Of course.
And probably I could have like lived a better life, and
gone
I probably
to
would
their
have
beach house in Malibu.
Yeah, but it's kind of like.
I'll expand upon that when you're done with that.
Yeah. But
you'll love to hear this.
Yeah, but you see what the example that I'm coming from is like, like, man, I didn't treat this person well.
Yeah.
I didn't treat I thought he was I thought he or she was stupid. I thought he or she was nerd. I thought he or she was a low life, and then you see like they become these successful people, and you see that they're dating cool people, but it's like, no, man, like they're not dating them because they got to a certain point. Like this person actually liked them because they were cool.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing. It's the same thing with this business. Like, man, like no, I got him in my project because he's dope as fuck.
People
He's
want to
dope
work
as
with
hell.
people they
You see what I'm
like
saying?
that show up on time and know your line's 85%. We've all been on shows and someone just loses it that day.
That sounds like something Spencer Tracy said a long time ago.
Yeah, Spencer.
He said
Three
somebody
Academy
asked Spencer Tracy what was the secret to his acting. He said, know his lines and don't bump into the furniture.
That was it. Yeah.
By the way, speaking of bumping into the furniture, I want to finish. Wanted to say something off of what you just got done saying about the treating somebody better than you did, and finding out that he became successful or whatever.
Right.
I love to tell this story. I was in the same workshop, acting workshop back in the mid '70s with Helen Hunt.
Wow.
And
was she 8?
She was like about 14, 14 or 15. I was already college age by that time. And she was nothing special, I tell you. She wasn't particularly great looking. She wasn't that great an actress. She could act a little. And there was just nothing really special about her. But getting a call from my wife.
I know, right?
Because it's Oscar Sunday. She's worried about me.
Yeah.
But,
we gotta go.
Anyway, so I didn't think much of her at the time. There was a bunch of us that could act circles around her in the workshop, and including myself. And I didn't find out till later on, after I left the workshop, that her father was Gordon Hunt, who was the artistic director of the Mark Taper Forum at the time. Her mother was a big-time photographer, and her family were millionaires, and she just had this built-in entree into the business. And any of us, of course, had we had the same kind of connections, probably would be where she's at as well. But we didn't, or else we would be. And so, I look back upon that time, and I was in the workshop, probably the same workshop for about a couple of years. And, had I known, that she was who she was, I probably, would have made some further attempts at,
You know where she's underrated at? Can I?
Sure.
Is that close enough to being done, or close to continuing?
Uh-huh.
What Women Want. She was opposite Mel Gibson, right?
Yeah, that's right. What she won for,
Yeah.
is as good as it gets.
Right.
But
and I thought that.
She wasn't as good as it got that year.
Did you see What Women Want? What Women Want with Mel Gibson?
I have not, but I'm kind of shocked that he's in the movie with that title.
Yeah, he. Yeah.
No,
but you know why
no
she's
disrespect
underrated?
Sorry, just real quick. No disrespect to Mel Gibson, but I'm just saying.
Of course not.
But go ahead. Sorry.
No, he's man. If you make it older, you'll have a bad night one time, and I don't know what happened, and I don't justify that. And I have all Jewish friends in Vegas, and they're like, it's Mel Gibson.
You know
we
what?
love him, but kinda, but don't say that shit.
Forgive me. I hate to
You're
be
good
rude,
now.
and I want to stay and listen to what you all have to say. Cause
I'd love to grab your number. Can we wrap up? Because I need to go too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I got to go. My wife is worried about because she was wondering where the heck we're going to watch the Oscars. And
Exactly. We got to pick up the wings. You guys have to get on that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Hopefully, nobody gets slapped this year. Just saying.
Yeah.
Nobody gets slapped this year.
Did you watch Chris Rock's special?
Oh.
No, but he tore him up, from what I heard.
He he handled it like a professional Hollywood superstar would handle that.
Yeah.
It was what I thought.
Yeah.
He handled it like Chris Rock would.
Yeah.
You know?
By the way, just to finish up this story, real quick. Years later, many years later, I worked on the film Bobby. And Helen Hunt was one of the stars of that, right? In between scenes, it was a break or lunch or something. She was out with her daughter in the backyard someplace. I think it was the Ambassador Hotel where we were filming it, because that's where RFK was assassinated. And anyway, so I walk up to her, and just to see if she recognized me from the workshop. And I do one of these numbers like, hey, you wouldn't be the same Helen Hunt that was in the workshop with me and Francis Lederer. Francis Lederer was the teacher director at the time. And she does one of these numbers like, I think so. It was kind of like a nice way of saying, no, I don't. Get the heck out of here.
Nice meeting you. You want a selfie? I got shit to do.
Right. I was so disappointed about that. Right. And so, there she was, this, big star, and having already won an Academy Award for As Good as It Got. As it gets. And by the way, I still don't think she was as good as it got. I think the what's her name from Titanic should have won it that year, because she was nominated the same year.
Oh, my thing with Helen Hunt in What Women Want, think about this role. That guy's reading your mind, but you have to react like once in a while you can't believe he's reading your mind. And I thought I'll be flat out, she's a wonderful actress, but she's not my, I have these weird people I like.
Yeah.
But she killed it in that, because think about what you had to do. Wait, are you reading my mind? Wait, I know you are now, or I don't know you are, towards the end. I thought, what a tough role. And so I just thought maybe she got a little overlooked for that. Gibson just got to play, and she had to react to, wait, is he talking to, does it, Yeah. So I thought she killed it in that. I thought it was a lot harder than someone would give, an actor credit for to do that part. So anyway, I'm just kissing ass, but I loved her.
Yeah. I mean, I don't take anything away from her acting. I mean, I think, she's a pretty decent actress. I just don't. I think that she's a little overrated. Okay.
Wait, are you going to sing us out of this?
Yes.
No,
Just a little, two. You don't even say the words. Just sing, hum something.
Just for the end.
Yeah, for the closing.
For the closing.
You sang something.
Let me see.
Darling, I can't explain where do we lose our way, but it's driving me insane. Now I know I just need one more chance to prove my love to you.
No sound studio. That is into a mic. And granted, George is, mortgaged his house 3 times for these, but that's a good mic. But no sounds.
Yeah.
If I ever get a budget, man, I gotta get a budget for something.
Somebody that your voice kind of reminds me of.
Who would it be?
Somebody with the name of Cake.
Cake?
Yeah.
Someone with the name of Cake?
Yes, Cake is in the name.
Anyway.
I'm
not sure. No, you're not sure.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Baby.
Yeah.
Is it?
Or Babyface?
Is it Babyface?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Babyface.
Has that same kind of,
Yeah, I know Babyface.
Has
Yeah.
the same kind of voice.
Really?
Don't you think?
I don't know. I love that it reminds you of Babyface. So thank you.
So if you did that on The Voice, someone's turning around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because the high note you heard, I don't know shit about music, but you hit that high note and went somewhere else. I'm hitting the button.
Yeah.
Have you been on a show?
I'm not really interested in shows like that, to be honest with you.
That was
Hey, nice to meet you guys, my man.